Hey guys, so for today's video, I created this full face using the new Sigma Cinderella collection. I have the whole PR box here, but this video is not sponsored, but these products were sent to me. So if you want to see how I got this look and my thoughts on this collection, go ahead and keep on watching. All right, we're gonna start with eyes today. Here is the Cinderella palette. Here is what the palette looks like inside. I haven't touched anything yet. And it does come with a dual-ended brush as always. We have the E38 blending brush on one side and the E54 on the other side, which I like for like lid shades. I gotta be honest, I'm not like a big fan of when brands do collabs that like don't really make sense. Like Sigma and Cinderella don't make sense. Like any brand that has collabed with anything Disney, it's just like, why? Like I'm not a fan of it. So this is definitely kind of a new avenue for Sigma, but I think the palette is pretty, but I just like don't understand why it had to be a Cinderella collab. I haven't even looked at the names yet though. The names are cute. Wishful, Pumpkin, Fantasy, One of a Kind, Charming. I do really like the mixture of neutrals and color in here. You know, we have some neutrals down here, but then we have pops of like a green blue, a little bit of purple, a gold. Like, I love this color combo. And I have no idea what I want to do today. All right, let's just dig in and start playing with this palette. I'm gonna start with Pumpkin on the E38 that comes with the palette. And this shade's gonna go in my crease. Now there's no like lighter blending shade in the palette, so I'm just gonna dip into any kind of skin toned blending shade. And I'm gonna use that to blend out some of these edges right here. So I think I want this Fantasy color to be like the main focus of the look. So I definitely know I'm gonna use that on my lid. So let's work around that. So that shade kind of has some purple undertones in it. So now I'm gonna go onto the kind of purpley side of the palette. So I'm gonna take Kindness on the other end of the brush. This is the Sigma E54. I'm gonna pack that on like the outer half of my lid. And I'm also gonna bring that shade into my outer crease. And then just flipping the brush over back to the E38, and I'm gonna softly blend out the purple. And I'm gonna layer up that purple again. I feel like I'm probably gonna have to do this like 2 or 3 times to get the intensity that I want. All right, so I built up that purple 2 times on each eye to get it to look like this. Now I'm gonna take a pencil brush. This is a Sigma E30 and the shade is Stroke of Midnight. And let's deepen up the outer corner even more because I like to have a deep outer corner. You could also make this look like a halo eye if you wanted to. You just do the same steps on the inner corner of your eye that you're doing out here, and it'd give you a halo effect. Now I'm gonna take a small blending brush. This is an E27, and just use that to softly blend out the darker purple. I really like the tones of these purpley shades. Like they're not like that scary purple to wear. It's a very wearable tone. Now I'm just gonna go back to the E38 blending brush and just kind of blend over everything. Okay, I did a lot of blending. I feel like it looks a little sloppy right now, but let's keep going. So I'm gonna take this Fantasy shade on my finger. Here's what it looks like. And let's go on the inner part of the lid. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's freaking stunning. The sparkle and the shine in this shade is freaking beautiful. Then I always like to go back to a blending brush and just blend around the shimmer, just around the edges. I'm gonna go finish some of my face makeup and I'll be back to try out the little cheek duo. Okay, actually I decided to finish up my lower lash line now because I just feel a little crazy like this. I'm gonna take more Kindness on the E30 pencil brush and just run that along my lower lash line. I'm gonna clean off my E27 on my Sigma switch And I'm gonna pick up a little bit of pumpkin. So I have that on the tip of my brush. And I'm gonna try to soften the lower lash line. Now I'm gonna take a little bit of that darker purple, Stroke of Midnight, and just use it to deepen up the lower lash line. I'm honestly just kind of going for like a full smoky look at this point. So let's add some black, shall we? I'm gonna take the Haus Labs Gel Eyeliner Kohl and Punk, run that in my waterline. And then I'm gonna go back to my E30 with a little bit of Mischievous, and I'm gonna use that to kind of smudge out the black liner. And then I'm gonna add just a tiny bit of black to the outer part of my like upper lash line. Now I'm gonna highlight with Wishful on a Sigma L04. Now I'm gonna go pop on some mascara and lashes. My lashes are driving me crazy right now because they're not like perfectly even. This one's like a little bit more spiky than this one, but that's what happens when your lashes are handmade. But for lashes, I am wearing my Bright Lashes in the style 24. I decided to wear a pretty bold lash today since this is a pretty bold look overall. All right, now let's dig into the rest of the collection. Let's go into the Cinderella Cheek Duo. So in here we have a blush called Ever After and a highlighter called Aglow. It kind of reminded me of the one they came out with during last holiday, where they have Gilded and Corte Rosa. But I mean, like side by side, the blushes definitely are different. This one's a little bit brighter and more peachy. I kind of want to swatch the highlighter, so I'm gonna swatch Aglow first. Okay, this is Aglow. And then I'm gonna do Gilded from the Rose Gold Duo. Those are pretty similar. They're not exactly the same. Aglow is like a tiny bit more like champagne, where I think Gilded is a little bit more of like a white gold. But anyways, let's try this out. I'm gonna use the Sigma F37 for my blush. I'm not sure how the shade's gonna look with this eyeshadow look. I'm just gonna do like one little pickup, tap off the excess. All right, and just take whatever's left over my nose. That shade actually looks totally fine with this look. Even though my eyes are more cool tone and that's kind of more of a warmer peachy blush, it still works. All right, now let's try the Aglow highlighter. For a powdered highlighter, I've actually been using the Sigma E40 Max brush. This is technically like an eye blending brush, but I really like it for a highlighter. Okay, that's actually really pretty too. I like how that showed up. I'm just gonna spray my face with a little bit of the Desi Do Me Over spray here. So good. And then in the collection, there is a liquid lipstick. This is the shade Dreamy. And then a lip gloss in the shade Magical. Honestly, my lips are so dry today. I'm gonna take a little bit of the Sigma Renew Lip Oil. This on. Okay, I'm gonna take a tiny bit of the liquid lipstick and kind of just like tap it out. I really like the gold cap on this, it's pretty. All right, so I'm gonna kind of go the center and then just tap. This is a really nice color. Like it kind of looked like a My Lips but better color. I like that. All right, and let's try a little bit of the gloss in Magical. I do love Sigma's lip glosses. Oh, it's kind of darker. Let me swatch that. What did that? Kind of has like a little bit of a deeper undertone to it. I don't love that for a gloss. I'm actually gonna swap that out for a little bit of Sigma Brilliance lip gloss. All right, and this is my final look with the Sigma Cinderella collection. I'm actually feeling a lot more excited about this eyeshadow palette now that I've used it. I did something very deep and smoky today, which isn't really what I was planning on, but I feel like there's so many looks you could create with this palette. You know, I only really used like these 3 shades today, but you could do something brighter with the blue, something more neutral with the champagne right here. And that's something that I look for in palettes, is like how many different looks can I create with the palette that they're not all gonna look the same, you know? So I do think there is a really good range of shades here, and I'm excited to keep using it. If you want to see more looks with this palette, please let me know. I think the blush duo is nice. I like the formula in here, but this definitely won't work on all skin tones, which is kind of a downfall. I did really like the color of the liquid lipstick. You saw me apply that, but I did do like a very light layer of it. Personally, the lip gloss I would pass on. It's a little bit too deep for me. There is also a brush set that I didn't use today because I just don't need to dirty up more Sigma brushes. I already have so many. But let me know your thoughts on this collection and whether or not you're going to pick it up. I believe my code Angela Bright will work on this collection to get you 10% off, and if you were to get anything, I would definitely recommend the eyeshadow palette. You will probably see more looks with that palette on my channel, so stay tuned for that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.